This ZeroNow program is brought to you with the support of our founding partners.
I'm just one person.
Determined
to bring us back to zero.
I'm just one person.
Determined
to bring us back to zero.
I'm just one person.
Determined to bring us back to zero.
Preston, and I am a ZeroNow student correspondent, and I am here with Bruce Canal. Now, Bruce, can you just tell everyone what it is that you do in your background?
Sure, that would be great. Well, first, my position today, as Angelia said, my name is Bruce Canal. I'm the segment development manager in education for Access Communications. And for many of you, you may know Access Communications. We are the world's largest, really kind of the IoT security, but we really cut our teeth on access control and cameras, surveillance cameras, and network audio and things of this nature. But we're really kind of IoT things. We're really now moving more to analytics and things like that. My prior lives have been involved with law enforcement. I retired from the Indiana State Police and moved into school security shortly thereafter. And the position I held right before Access Communications, as I was the director of physical security for Orange County Public Schools in Orlando, Florida. So I've been doing this for a number of years now, and essentially I work in the K-12 and the higher ed markets. That really is the only two fields I work within now, and we talk about a lot of physical security, but also a lot of security management as well, and how that pertains to protecting students and staff and visitors.
What lessons have you learned from your time as Director of Physical Security at the Orange County School District?
Well, let's see, lessons. I would say that there's probably the biggest lesson is educating parents, educating end users. Educating the administrators that we're trying to build and trying to protect students and trying to build a fortress and not a prison. Many times people like myself who come and talk about technology and security management and training that the staff should experience and undergo to better protect their facilities feels like we're trying to build a prison to lock our kids inside, when that is just absolutely the contrary. We embrace, that open environment, and I embrace the fact that you go to a liberal arts institution and people can walk freely around the campus, and institutions typically welcome people who come into the building. And even if it's elementary or middle or high school, as long as you're doing things properly, you're welcome to come visit your students, your children, this kind of things. But what are we trying to do? Well, we're trying to keep the wrong people, the bad people out of the building. And if you propose it that way, explain that it isn't about, locking your kid into a classroom, but more about prohibiting the free flow of people who might cause harm to your child, immediately parents embrace it. Immediately staff and administrators understand it.
There's been a suggestion that teachers should have guns to carry in school to protect themselves and to protect students. And most people, when they think of safety, they think of a weapon or like some type of physical thing to protect yourself. But safety is so much more than just having a weapon, and maybe not having a weapon at all. Can you speak to a different approach of safety, like a holistic approach, because societal factors are included in safety. Someone's mental status is included in safety. Can you just speak to that?
Well, there's you have a lot of questions kind of rolled into that. Let me see if I can narrow it down a little bit. Don't apologize. This is okay. School security is far more complex than it ever was. I am a firm believer in a holistic approach to good security. When I say holistic, a lot of people it may either go in one ear and out the other, or just goes over their head. They don't understand it. Holistic approach means, to summarize probably as easily as I can say holistic, holistic is all of our minds will provide a better solution than one of our minds. In other words, all of us together have far better solutions than one of us alone. So when I mean that, you take technology, you take security management, uh, you take policies and procedures kind of in a layered approach, and you bring them all together, will provide a better solution than just either one type of solution and saying, well, what we got to do is just let's put guns in the classrooms. If every teacher is qualified to carry a handgun, then it'd have to be a crazy man who's going to come in with a gun and try to hurt our kids. Well, let me tell you what's really the problem with that is. If you and you'll find out very quickly, I am not a firm believer. I don't believe at all. What am I saying? Firm believer. I don't believe at all that teachers should be armed. School principals, assistant principals should be armed with a firearm. I'm categorically opposed to that. And you haven't shown me a good solution yet where that works. In fact, I can show you solutions where it's to the contrary. There's culpability, there's liability, there's accountability. These are the things that teachers who are given the ability to carry a firearm don't even think about. If you think your school district is going to pat you on the back for a job well tried, not well done, but well tried, you'll have another thing you're going to learn real quickly. The best thing to do is learn how to run, hide, or fight. You need to learn how to escape. You need to know. You need situational awareness. You need to know what to do, when it happens. I'm a firm believer in training. I think if you're going to have a situation where you have an active assailant in the building, you should know where the stairwells are. You should know how to get away. You should know how to stop people from bleeding. If someone gets shot into the arm and have an arterial bleed, how do you stop that? Because actually, there's more people who die from blood loss in active assailant situations than an actual really deadly wound. It's because they're laying there for 3 minutes while the police are searching for the assailant and they bleed to death. So we need to change our focus on a more positive, more active situational awareness posture, as opposed to thinking we're just going to take another gun and another gun's going to solve this other gun. I don't believe it works that way.
So are the lockdown drills that kids have now, is that a part of the holistic approach? Because that seems like it's pretty new. I know that when I was in high school and even elementary school, we didn't have lockdown drills. We had the standard fire drill, and that was it. But now I have an 8-year-old son, and they practice the active shooter drills at school. So is that a part of this approach?
It is, and I believe in that training. I believe that first of all, your 8-year-old, if you really have had any discussions with him about active assailants, you'll probably find out he has a level of concern, but I would guess he doesn't have a level of fear. I think and the more you arm him, the more you equip him with a solution, the more comfortable he will feel. But look, we know this. We know there's 3 things that make up a healthy person who's able to study at school. We know it's proper rest. We know it's food in their stomach. And we know that they feel safe. All right, so I didn't say security. I said safe. Because safe means you're not also going to worry that the desk you're sitting on is going to fall and you're going to fall on the floor, or that a ceiling light is going to fall from the ceiling. And that's safety. But the other part is safety, that the doors are locked and only the people that's supposed to be in this building are in the building. Those 3 parts are critical. So I just say this, as long as students know and they've been given the proper training and they have good situational awareness about, and they're told that if somebody comes to a door and taps on a door and it's a locked door, don't let them in. You can, raise your voice through the glass and say, you'll need to go around to the office, go around to the side to the office. Teach the student to say that, but also teach the student, don't open the door. Now, if that person's going to cause a real serious crime and they're going to shoot the glass, well, we all know then we got a problem, right? But we don't want the first shots to happen when some student opens the door and lets another person walk in, and then they start pulling a gun out and shooting people. We want to build a fortress. We want to try to secure that outside as best as we can. Now, it doesn't mean a person with a criminal mind can't come up with ways to do it. And a person with a criminal mind might be very persuasive in trying to tell a sixth grader to open a door and let him in the side door. But we need to educate the students that the proper procedure is those doors remain locked, and you instruct anyone that comes to that door to go around to the front door and come to the office first. And there they can be vetted with hopefully an outside intercom system. That's the technology. So there's where the holistic approach comes in. You have technology at the front door that requires the visitor to press a button and have a communication with the person on the inside. Then on the inside, that person is trained and knows to ask specific questions before they unlock the door and let them in. That's part of the holistic approach. You got technology with security management together. So that's what we say about a holistic, is just recognizing that we all interlace together and that we all have to be thinking, we all have to be working off the same sheet of music.
Thank you.